everybody, welcome back to Keto Upgrade. If you don't know already, my name's Alicia and I'm a sous chef with a sweet tooth. And today we are doing chocolate chip cookies. Now this video was inspired by another YouTuber, Highfalutin Low Carb, and I'll put his link above. He had a cookie battle and at the end he mentioned if you put one ingredient into another, it'd make the perfect cookie. So that's what I did, and I added my little spin on it, and that's how we got chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies. Okay, to get started on this recipe, you want your oven at 350 degrees, and you want to make sure all your ingredients are at room temperature. So I have 10.5 tablespoons of butter in my mixer, and we're going to cream that for at least 2 minutes. It's been creaming for about 2 minutes. We are going to add a cup plus 1 tablespoon of the golden lakanto sweetener. And you're going to want to whip this for 8 minutes in the mixer, and you want to scrape down every once in a while so that everything gets combined well. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. Now I know you're thinking, 10 minutes, do I really have to, whip this for 10 minutes? But it is one of the tricks that makes this keto cookie taste just like a regular cookie. So you can't skip this step. And if you don't have a stand-up mixer, you can always use a handheld, but you might be a little sore the next day, your arm for 10 minutes. But it is doable. So once you get all that whipped up, it gets super, super fluffy. You can add your 1 room temperature egg and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You just want to whip that until it's combined. Okay, once that is all combined, you are going to want to sift your dry ingredients. Now this is another little trick that's in this step, is you have the almond flour and the coconut flour, and then you're going to want to sift in 1 tablespoon of gelatin and 1 tablespoon of arrowroot flour. If you don't have that, it's fine without it. You can just add an extra tablespoon of coconut flour. Then you have baking soda and a little bit of kosher salt. You just want to sift that. I've already sifted the almond and the coconut flour together. Want to get out all the chunks. Make sure you don't have any lumps of baking soda in there. And then you want to make sure all these are combined also. Because even though you're putting it in the mixer, that doesn't mean it's all going to get distributed evenly. Your baking soda, your gelatin, all that. So once that's all mixed together, you're going to add this in 2 parts into your mixer. So start with just half this mixture. Give it a little whip. And then put your other half in there. You don't want to overmix this at all. I usually just take it off. It's not quite all fully combined yet. I just take it off because you got to mix in your add-ins anyways. So give this a little mix. Now, how I made this cookie extra delicious is I had a bar of salted caramel milk chocolate Lily's milk chocolate bar. And the salted caramel just gives it that little bit of salty sweet added to this cookie. And then I have the half cup of macadamia nuts in here. Mix that all in. And unfortunately, we gotta chill this now for an hour. That is another trick to this recipe. It keeps them from spreading out so much. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up and stick it in the fridge for an hour, and we'll meet you back here. Okay, our dough's been chilling for about an hour. It's nice and stiff. Our oven is preheated to 350. And I like to use an ice cream scoop to make my cookies. It just makes them all the same size. And this size in particular, I figured out the macros for, and it makes the cookies about 100 calories each and only about 2 net carbs. So this is the perfect size for me. You can make bigger cookies if you'd like. You can also add different kinds of chocolate chips, different kinds of nuts, whatever you prefer. I just think the salted caramel milk chocolate and the macadamia nut go really well together in this. And I'm only going to bake 6 cookies today. The nice thing about this recipe is that you can scoop all your cookies out, flatten them out, and freeze them. So that way I can just grab out a couple after dinner and we can cook them up and eat them fresh. If you do that, you just want to pull them out when you start your oven, when you put your oven on, pull them out and let them defrost for a little bit before you pop them in. And they'll be good to go. So these small ones are going to cook for about 9 to 10 minutes. You want to give them a little pat down. They will spread just like regular cookies pretty much, but they just need a little bit of help. We're going to put these in for 9 to 10 minutes, and don't forget to turn your pan halfway through so that you get these to cook nice and evenly. We'll be back to test them out. Okay, our cookies are out of the oven. They've been cooling for a little bit. They actually took 10 minutes exactly in the oven. And these actually are a little bit smaller than the recipe I grabbed this from. They said it made 18 small cookies, and I ended up getting 31 out of this. So one of these cookies is only 60 calories and 1.1 grams net carbs. So you can make them a little bit bigger and they'll be the 102 calories and 2 grams of net carbs. You can also obviously make them any size you want. Just your times will vary on your oven. Now, if you know keto baked goods, you know that usually they are very crumbly and dry. This one is super moist and chewy. Is really good cookie recipe. So I hope you guys make this at home. It is a great recipe, especially being stuck indoors. And make sure you freeze all of it and don't have 30 cookies on your countertop. But these cookies should be stored in the refrigerator, just like any keto baked goods. They don't have preservatives in them and they will go bad sitting on your counter. But I always pull them out, a little bit ahead of time before I want to eat one, just so they come up to room temperature. And they are still just as good and chewy and delicious. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.